What's up, guys? So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the recap video. I'm about to show you guys my recap video, the present trade I am right now, and how I found the trade, which I'm going to be showing you guys the screenshot of when I entered the trade on this particular site. You're going to see the place I entered and when we started running in profit already, and right now we are up $99 right now, and we are still going further to like hit the top. Like I'm planning to like get up to like, let me say, $600 from this particular trade, right? So I have a sell setup on gold before buying the gold, and I'm going to be showing you what happened on that particular gold, because market actually got to my zone and started selling, but at some point market came back to like stop myself before going to my direction, right? So I'm going to show you how I find my buyers and how I find my direction, where the market is actually going to be going to in that particular moment, right? So this is the same method I use every single time I come to the trade, but not every single day, because not every single day is the main and the perfect key zone to trade with. So I trade according to the, let me say, 2 to 3 times in a week and get the perfect key zones to like go into for the trade and make some money for yourself and leave the market, right? So I'm going to show you guys that on Euro USD, which we have here right now, and also showing you that on gold, the two recaps I have and how I broke down the analyzing. I'm going to be explaining everything for you to like understand. So firstly, we are going to be starting from Euro USD. But before we dive in straight into this point, if you are new on this particular channel, make sure you turn up your subscribe button, subscribe to this video, turn up the notification, get notified whenever I drop videos. And I promise you, I'm teaching you something you're actually going to be learning a lot for free, right? So all this knowledge I have now, no one really taught me, and I'm giving it out for free. So it's the best thing for you to subscribe and stick to this video, to like this video and comment what you want me to like talk about structural shift, because that's what I trade, right? So anything that is getting you confused about market structure and point of interest, all these kind of places on the market structure moves, and you are getting it so quite confused, I'm going to be explaining it down for you, right? So make sure you hit the subscribe button and let's dive straight to the point. So starting with this video, we are going to be talking about Euro USD and gold, right? So firstly, the analysis is going to be coming from Euro USD. You might be wondering and asking me, what is the full meaning of market structure? Market structure, I can actually break it down for you so easily to like explain that market structure is actually trading what is currently reacting from the market, where the price of the market is right now. So that's what market structure is. So you need to like, whenever you come to the trade, let me say week closed and you come from the next week and you want to like trade the next week, what you need to do is to like look out for what market is playing currently and how it reacted from last week, and I'm going to be breaking down that right now on the stream. So what I mean by that I just said real quick was that you come to the chart right now and you come to understand that this is 4 hours time frame. So if you're trading this, you need to like work with your higher time frames and lower time frames. You don't need to like stock in one time frame, but it's not that one time frame doesn't work, because you can actually trade on any time frame of your choice. But I need to like, when I talk about something, I need to like explain it to this point that people can actually break them down and understand what I'm saying. So what I mean by that is, if you come to your time frames like this and you come to the lower time frame and you are seeing structures looking like this, the best thing for you to do is to like calculate and see what the price action is telling you, and you, with the price action, you can actually tell what next the market is planning to do, right? So before then, I'm not a fundamental analysis trader, but a lot of things has been happening on fundamental analysis few weeks ago, where some banks are quite closed and markets are not quite respecting some structures or respecting some key zones where markets supposed to like buy from, right? So now I'm going to be breaking this down. So let's dive straight to this point on this Euro USD, which you can see here. If you come to the higher time frame, which is the time frame I'm going to be using to analyze this, we start from daily, 4 hours, 3 hours, down to 15 or 5 minutes. That's what I'm going to be explaining. Then in that gold, which I told you I hit an XL before going to my direction, I'm still going to be explaining the reason the XL was hit, and I'll blame it to myself because I didn't check it very well before going in. I was correct that the market is going to sell, but I didn't check very well to protect my capital at that particular moment, right? So I'm going to be breaking it down. So on this Euro USD right now, you can understand that we are what? Yeah, we are in downtrend on a higher time frame, which we have here. So the current price action that happened here or reacted from here is that what we shifted structure on this particular zone, right? So that's the only thing you need to like see or sight on your higher time frame. So the same time, I confirmed that what we have some break of structure to the downside, which I used the catching trade on Friday on Euro USD. So I'm going to be breaking down what happened here. So on this particular zone, we have a break of structure to the downside, and we use it to like cash trade on Friday. And you're coming up on Monday or Tuesday, and you're kind of like saying that okay, since the market broke structure from the 4 hours here, we are still bullish, we are still bearish, we are still bearish. Yeah, you might be correct that we are bearish to like trade a little, to scalp a little to like where I took my entrance right now for bullish. So you might be correct on that, but if you saying that you're going to be trading down to like where the beginning of the structure started from, you're fucking lying, bro. So this is how I trade structural liquidity or price action, whichever name you feel like giving it. So if you are actually interested, you must watch this video from the beginning to the end and learn exactly what to do whenever I spot this move. So now I have a structure shift and I have a break of structure, and I don't need to like get confused. So why they call this a structural movement is a price action structural movement is that you need to like understand the current price. That is the meaning of that price. You need to like know where the market is currently. So you need to like work with where market is currently. So now I broke structure here after confirming on the London section, because I woke up, this is Nigeria, I woke up around 8, and around 8 we already on the London section, and in London section we have broken structure on the lower time frame, which shifted market structure, and now we are bullish on Euro USD. We are bullish. So anything concerning sell is cancelled from my head. So I'm not going to be looking out for sales. So assuming I wanted to look out for sell, if you go to, you'll be wondering why I didn't use this break of structure to continue sell. So on this sell scenario, what you're talking about, if you watch from the daily time frame, which we actually have here, you come to understand that what market actually came down and didn't sweep any liquidity on this particular zone. It means that we are still pushing up. There is still liquidities for us to target. And if at all market is not going to be getting to this place I marked out as my TP point, it can actually come to at least this very level or very level here, or fill up these fair value gaps around this zone before retracing. So before market to get to that key zones, you already make a lot of money for yourself and leave the market peacefully. So this is how I trade. So I confirmed this structure shift on the 4 hours time frame, and after confirming the structure shift on the 4 hours time frame, the only best thing for me to like do is to like go down to the lower time frames, because already the higher time frame is telling me what to do. Though I went down to the lower time frame, which is the lower time frame I can actually spot. This was what I think this was from the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so it's from the 1 hour time frame. And in the 1 hour time frame, what can you understand here? If you watch very carefully, you come to understand that I have two key zones marked out, right? So I have two key zones marked out here, which I had this market break of structure or structure shift, whichever one you feel like calling it. And this was the place that was very strong and reliable, that we were actually waiting for market to come back to and retest it before going for buy scenarios. But what happened here, you can come to understand that market came to this zone and wicked up. You can see that market wicked on this particular place that 4 hours told us to look out for buys. We have a structure shift here from the 4 hours, but if you come to 1 hour, you can understand that this particular place wicked on this particular zone, right? So since markets wicked on this particular zone, creating inducement out of yesterday, right? So this was out of yesterday. This explanation I'm doing now is for yesterday's trade, because I was actually planning on buying Euro USD yesterday. So market actually pulls by creating an inducement on this very level. Let me mark it out. So we have inducement on this very level, right? So confirming inducement on this very level scenarios that shows that markets might react from somewhere around this zone. That's why I have this breaker block, and I marked out this breaker block for my entry. So I was calculating that okay, if market comes back to this breaker block, I can actually buy my trade from there. But what happened? So towards that yesterday and this morning and midnight, stuffs like that, and market was like consolidating, right? So anybody using this break of structure that we find out on the higher time frame to trade a pullback on this particular zone might be correct, because that was exactly what I did on gold, right? So I found a pullback on gold. So I was kind of like, okay, let me use this pullback to catch up some trade, because the account I'm on right now is a $15,000 dollar profit account, which I'm planning to like pass out within 3 days, because my strategy worked as perfect as I think, right? So with what I can see right now is that what market break structure, and right here we have another break of structure. That is, this is where the momentum came out and broke structure, shift market structure, and gave us another what pullback. So this first pullback that market gave us here, it's now the pullback I'm looking out for, right? So that's where the liquidity is, and that's where the buyers came in. So since where the market the buyers came in was on this zone, so what I'm going to be looking at for right here is buy, right? There's nothing. I'm not going to be waiting for market to come back to this first breaker block or this first key zone for me to like take trade, because what, this is where we came in, because this is where the momentum broke structure. So this is where I'm going to be taking this trade from, and actually knowing where to target. So when I marked out this very key zone, this key zone was coming from, it was very bold on 30 minutes time frame. So I actually saw this key zone very bold and beautiful on the 30 minutes time frame. So this was where I spotted it. If you can see very well, it's looking very neat. And here, then I decided to like paste my order here. And when I wanted to like do this video in the morning time, I was kind of like busy. I was not really very serious on it, so I decided to like, okay, let me pause for a minute and do some stuffs again. Later I'll do the video, and now we are on it. So market consolidated here, and if you come to understand here, you understand that buyers and sellers actually fought a lot of battle here. Like, we have a lot of battle here, but I thank God later we buyers succeeded, like we passed the challenge. So what we have here was a fight between buyers and sellers, because this case on sellers are trying to sell due to the break of structure we are seeing from the higher time frame, and we buyers, we are actually trying to buy because it's our own time to buy, right? Because we just shifted market on the higher time frame, so it's our time to buy. So that was why we fought here, and I thank God the fundamental came around 3 a.m. and help us like strike it up a little, like sweeping some lane. We brushed some bearish people out of the market, and from there we started going. So that was how we caught this particular trade. And there's much possibility that if market break this very range I have here, I can actually take another trade on the pullback that is going to create there, and we keep going bullish. So now this is all for Euro USD, and I believe with this, that guy that actually commented, we come to understand that this is what we do, and this is not caps, right? We don't cap here. You need to like get the knowledge, and you are good. When you have the knowledge, you're actually good. You can go with anything, right? So now let's go to Euro USD. On gold. So on gold right now, you can come to understand. Sorry, this was not the gold I use. I don't use this gold because they're kind of like not really clear, right? So if you come to this place now, you understand that this is where I caught some trades, and I was not active because I slept off, so I didn't catch this buy. But now you might be answering and wondering why I took some sales. So nice, let's go down to the higher time frame again, right? So now, as a price action trader, or as a structural liquidity trader, this is what I do, right? When I come to the time frame I want to like make my analyzing and take my trades from, I look very well on what the market is doing. So all these things I marked out now was something I wanted to use on making videos, right? So now let's see, from this very key zone on 4 hours, you can come to understand that what we have a key zone on this higher time frame, which is supply or order block, whichever one you feel like calling it, right? So this is supply or order block. Sorry. So this was where market reacted from and dumped from that very level and started selling, and from here we started taking some trades, and just like that we keep taking trades till we get to this very level. I took some buys here last week to this very level before closing this market, which I told you guys, and the video is actually on this section, this very channel, so you need to like go watch them very well. It's very important you watch my videos. So now market get to this very zone, and out of last night where we have the price action and where I was looking out for, as a price action trader you need to be watching what is happening currently. So out of yesterday, The only thing I can spot right here was what we're having a strong momentum candle pushing to the upside, a strong momentum candle pushing to the upside without structures, right? So since we have market pushing to the upside without structures, the best thing to look out for is to check the left hand side and see what the structures was like, right? So what I did was, after confirming that this was a supply or other block, like the name you feel like calling it, market crashed there and this was a break of structure, right? So the first thing we look out for what after break of structure is what we call inducement, right? So I started looking out for my inducement. So I use this very place I use in taking trade in lower time frames as my inducement, and I use it to like mark out my inducement and say, okay, so this is a breaker block we are right now, and I'm planning on getting some buys because what this is a bullish trend, but at the particular moment you can actually still sell, right? So market can be strong on bullish, but I was right on my price action reaction here. So which market tapped us in here, and I can confirm that market tapped us in and gave us what, a bearish candle. So this bearish candle it gave us here, it was not really clear to me, so I decided to like jump down to the lower time frame. So when I get to the lower time frame, which is at the 3-minute time frame, just 1 hour time frame down, so I get to this 3-minute time frame, I can spot the breaker block very clear here, and we have another block here, which is sell block, which you can count here as a sell block. And after then we have some wick. So this wick simplify. I always tell you guys that whenever you spot is a wick from the higher time frame and it's going down massively, like the wick wicked very well, it means that pressure of buyers or sellers are in that particular zone, right? So since I spotted this, I decided to like start looking out for opportunities to like go in for the trade. But this is where I made a mistake. So the mistake I made here was that I think I ended up on 15 minutes out of last night. So out of last night, I was counting here to be my what? My liquidity. All these zones, I was counting it to be my liquidity. So I took my trade, I took the entrance here. I took my entrance on this particular zone here, and market pushed down a little bit. And I know due to this is a problem, you don't need to you don't trade what is in your mind. You trade with what we call risk management. You need to know how to calculate pips and know amount you're about to risk. So what I was about to risk, what I was trying or planning on risking here was $50, and because my stop loss was actually on this upside of the market, but when I dropped it on this upside of the market, and this is good, and it was actually counting about $90, and that was not my plan, and it's not my plan, so I don't go against my plan. So since the thing was not on my plan, it's not a $50 loss, it was like $90 loss, so which is that $40 on top of it, I can actually use it to go in for another trade set, right? So that made me, I said, okay, let me cancel the stop loss and put it very close. So I calculated $50 stop loss, like $50 loss. The place I'll put my stop loss to be around $50, and I pressed my stop loss there. And market was moving. Market kind of like moved a little bit to my direction, and I was like, cool, okay, I can go to bed right now because I don't actually used to like break even, because when I enter trade, I'll just allow the trade play, right? If it's going to be giving me, it's giving me. If it's going to go against me, I'm just risking that particular amount. I already know how much I'm going to raise. So that's how I trade. So I decided to like go in and lock up and sleep, right? So waking up this morning, I confirmed the market pushed up a little bit before selling, but I was really scared because out of that I have not checked my phone. So I decided to like check my phone, and I checked my phone. Oh shit! I was really pissed off. Like, I was very angry that the market stopped me out before going, because from this very level now to this very level could have given me around $250, which is almost close to what we are talking about on the profit. So from this very level to this very level, the market stopped me out and moved it to this very ground. So why did I mark out this box? There was what, on the 45 minutes we have another block there, so which this was the other block I was timing that I'm going to buy from right there. But due to I lost some trades here, I was not able to like enter here again, because the calculation I had then was that if I sell from here, I can buy from a key zone here to the upside and still keep buying, because I was planning to like take trades here and also take trade on Euro USD. So due to I could not make the money I was planning here, I just took one trade for today, so which was the Euro USD. So with this particular setup and this explanation I gave you now, I'm very convinced that you guys can actually work things out for yourself and you can actually understand this. But in case you don't really understand and you want to actually like join my WhatsApp group, I have where I share signals for like this month and last month. I've been giving free signals, like very free signals, but the group is not for free. So I've been doing these free signals for like 2 months now, like last month and this month. So I'm going to be rounding up this month. So after this month, there's no more free signal. So this is your opportunity to like join the group and make money for yourself, so you can actually afford the payment from next month. So if you're interested to join that particular group, make sure you comment I'm interested on your group, and I'm going to be sending you the link. You join it peacefully. And thank you for watching this video. This is Tech Liquidator. Subscribe and let's push more.